good day everyone. How are you? Welcome to another Eyes Awake Sunday series. I'm Patricia C. Dawe. Thank you so much for joining me today, October 11, 2020. Thank you for those who actually were part of or supported the premiere of the Eyes Awake Sunday series, October 4th, last Sunday, which was actually on my birthday. Thank you so much for all the support I received. Those of you who subscribed, those of you who liked, thank you so much. I really appreciated it. I also want to say a special thank you to Estelle Furlong, a childhood school friend of mine from Montserrat. I found out she actually shared the video on Facebook, because I'm not actually on Facebook, and she shared the video on Facebook, and I received so much feedback, and the feedback was sent to me and from so many people, and I really want to say thank you to all of you who supported me. I really appreciate it so much, and also to Instagram supporters, thank you again there, and to my LinkedIn supporters as well. Okay, thank you all so much. So so this week we're here again, and October 11, 2020, the second week of Eyes Awake series, Sunday series, and I just want to recap quickly before we move on, just to let everyone know about my book, Shunned. It speaks to how love of self became my redemption. So you can get that on Amazon, and any platform on Amazon, and also you can get the ebook on my website, my Eyes Awake website. So you can get the link below. I'll make sure it's there, and also just want to talk a little bit more about where we left off. Because last week was just about, the premiere was just about giving thanks and how grateful I was to be alive, actually, and just having overcome so much, and just to be present, and I just want to say thank you. So today, now I just want to carry on and just discuss a little bit more about how this all came about. And during the height of COVID in Toronto, when I wrote the book, Shunned, How Love of Self Became My Redemption, following that was around the same time was the opportunity to be a contributor to a travel and lifestyle magazine called Melange, and they basically feature all the Caribbean islands, and the beauty of the Caribbean islands. So I have a column where I write Eyes Awake Fit for Life, and the Fit for Life article basically speaks to mind, body, and spirit. So it's not just about fitness, because a lot of people know that my background, my degree is in health promotion, and I do personal training, massage, and the whole works of health and well-being. So no, but it speaks more to the balance, just to be anchored, for life, really be fit for life, anchored in the essence of being. So that's what the articles that I write about speaks to. And so my literary expression, so my articles, the book, and the video now is just a feature that supports all of this, so I'm actually happy for the opportunity, and this is what birthed during COVID, and remember last week I was saying something about, I mentioned about, just being self, and not letting the world dictate who self is, that everything is within. So during COVID, where all of this came about for me, it sprung this, new path for me, and it all because of being creative, working from a place of creative substance, that we all have in us, and so I am just grateful, that came about, and and I'm happy that I could share this with you today as well, so I just want to say that each and every one of us, can have that, that creative substance, because we are actually creative beings, and if we understand ourselves, really truly who we are, which is what I touched on last time, is that we are actually spiritual beings first, and we're spiritual beings, having a temporary human experience, where we allow the will of God to express itself. So once we come to understanding that, it's like it helps make sense in terms of our direction, our path, and it just speaks volumes to so much in terms of, how we orchestrate, our steps, and understanding truly who we are, so this is this whole series, is all about speaking to self, speaking to how we can be the best of ourselves, the be our very best, and basically enacting what's in us already. Some of us might not be aware, and that's because we haven't quite tapped into the higher consciousness that's within us, and the soul. I mean, even our soul try to speak to us sometimes, and we may not be aware of it. But sometimes when you feel that unction to want to do more and be more, that's your soul trying to evolve and trying to push us to to just go. So it's like it's all about just being the best of self, and COVID has provided that further step for me, because I've done so much over the years, even though I've been through quite a lot, I've also done quite a lot. And I'm happy that I had that, I was able to work in that, parallel, it's sort of that paradigm where I was able to, no matter what I was going for, I was still able to do positive things, and had positive ambitions, and just go for whatever it is I wanted to do, so I'm very, very grateful for that unction. And and yes, this birth now from COVID, it's sort of like spurring me more further to just want to do even more, because this COVID thing has turned the world upside down, but it has provided opportunities for us. And I think we should all home into that and all, just really go for that. And, and that takes some introspecting though, like inner reflection, where you go into yourself, tap into yourself, and really get to see what your soul wants to do, what your divine being wants to do, not so much about what the world dictates, but more about fulfilling that desire, that God-given desire as well that's there, so it's just to encourage, that we seek that, we delve into that, and we go for that, and don't be afraid to tap into yourself. Don't let anyone, sort of like hinder you from really truly knowing and getting to know who you truly are, because you'll be amazed about how much is there, how much is on earth within you that wants to birth, and most of the time these things that comes out of creativity, that creative substance, is just true to you, because only you can birth that, because it's tailored and is niche to you, etched to you. So therefore, you never know where that can take you in terms of how it can affect lives, because we're also here to edify, we're here to build each other, as we live and coexist with each other, we're here to help, raise each other, really, increase each other. So we all have something that we could offer, and I really wanted to, encourage that, bring that home, in terms of explaining that, expressing that we do have something we can, share, because every man is a teacher. Don't look at, yes, we have enemies and we have friends, but that's in the essence of the world, the way the world see things. But in terms of the divinity of beings, every man is our teacher. There's so much we could learn. So we just need to pay attention to the time now. It's such a interesting time now, and this time speaks volumes to, what direction are we taking? Where are we going? What do we want to become? What do we want to do? And it's good for self-reflecting and taking that step, and in faith and love, and those two things will help highlight more or bring home to who we truly are. So operate on those planes, love and faith, and just so you can exude more of that person, that being within, and let it flow and let it be, so that's pretty much what I want to share this week. And again, like and subscribe. I just come every week with some fresh inspiration. Hopefully next week I'll get to read some, poem from my book. And so I look forward to seeing you next Sunday and for another series. And I just want to say thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you again. Okay, have a great week. Okay, take care. Bye.